Welcome to NFL Picks with the Goon Squad, Week 10. Let's give you the results from Week 9. Icewater still in first place. Black fell off a game. Icewater had a 9-5 record. His overall record is 87-49, followed by Black. He had an 8-6 record. Overall record 86-50. I move in third place. I had a 10-4 record, and I have an 82-54 overall record. And Pop is 81-55. He came in 7-7. I forgot to send him the results. And when I texted him today about getting his picks, he was like, "You got so happy last week that you got a 10-4 record. You couldn't remember even sending me. I can see you jumping around in your living room. I won. So, so he ain't happy about being in fourth place.
Get used to it, Pops. Get used to it. You where you belong.
Hey, give me a snapshot of the NFL, man.
Yeah, a lot of craziness, man. I know I should have taken them Texans, but I couldn't do it though. I just couldn't get over it. But 2 games. Thanks, Black Thor, for those Giants, bro. I appreciate it. Especially when I started looking at Puma's injury list. 2 of the old dudes went on IR. I was like, hell, I got a shot. I think Antonio Pierce gonna play quarterback, and they got it done. The other part too is just looking at it too when you just say the Raiders and then the Raiders are stepping up, just doing what they had to do was really impressive to me. But hey, like I say, what can you do? Only, like you said, only one game, but we're okay. All we need is one. All we need is one. We need one more this week. We're gonna just keep each week. Watch one and then one and then one and then one. Before you know it, when it's all said and done, Black Thor will be like this. Black Thor coming, even though I'm 4 back. Black Thor coming.
I talked to Pop a couple of weeks ago, and he said, "I'm not picking the Rams for the rest of the season." I should have listened last week because when I saw that game, I'm like, "Oh my God, Pop was right." And I got to give shouts out to Coach Antonio Pierce, the GM and the president, all Black. And he had some tough talk, and I couldn't believe. And I was wondering who was sitting next to him as he's talking tough. Had no idea. I thought it was an assistant coach or something like that. It's the GM, but gotta give them their flowers, man. The Raiders came up, showed up, and showed out, and that looked like the Raider team of old. I was really impressed how they were just smacking the Giants around. And I picked the Giants, but I should have went with the Raiders. I should have bought in, drunk the Kool-Aid of Coach Pierce, and pick against my team. But Black summarized last week.
I'm gonna start the Giants, but I'm happy as hell about this, bro.
Yeah,
I'm happy as hell. Nothing better could happen to the Giants than what's happening this football season. Yeah, the owner that came back after last season, telling me we're back. We're back where? We're back at. Good, you found it real quickly. We're not. So you got to make some major changes this off season. Do the right thing. Danny's not it. Draft yourself a quarterback. Stop. Don't be stupid. Some good quarterbacks coming out. Draft a quarterback. I'm happy with the Raiders, what they did. I'm going to tell you something, man. There's a commercial out with NFL. I believe it's the AL picked out the football schedule. Last Sunday was one of the better weeks in football being played that I've seen in a long period of time, man. Just the games. This coming up week don't look that good. So you know what? You may not want to keep AL around. But last week, some of the games that were matched up from 9:30 in the morning, man, to basic, 11:15 Eastern time, there's some good football being played. Happy to be seen. So a lot of good things happened last week. Man. Cincinnati showed that, you know what? They're moving. They're coming ready to dominate. Kansas City said we're not done yet. You know, we can still kind of hang on. You look at Cleveland, man. You look at Cleveland. Cleveland was like, you know what? We're not sure we have a quarterback. We don't care. And another thing, NFL, man, I don't know if you can or whatever. You got to get the Jets off prime time, bro. That's a disgrace. I don't care if Aaron Rodgers is playing. We still need to say how much of the Jets. This is a disgrace. If I'm correct, they were on Monday Night Football last week. They're scheduled on Sunday. That's ridiculous, man. I'm sorry. That's just fire AL, BR, CD, whatever you got to do. We don't want to, as a country, see the Jets keep going to this stinking. And that quarterback needs to be taken out the league. Forget off the field, out the league. Stop it, New York.
Yeah, they were anticipating Aaron Rodgers there. They should just switch out these games. I'm really telling you, they should switch them out because they're losing the audience. But we're going to go with the pick order this week. Icewater, you go first, followed by me, Pop, and Black picks last. So the first game on tap is Carolina at Chicago. Icewater, who you got?
Man, that's a tough one. You know what? The hell with it. We ain't gonna I'm not gonna belabor this. I think my man coming back. Let's go, Mr. Fields. Going with Chicago to win that game.
All right. I'm going with Chicago too. They're saying that he's probable. The coach won't say whether he's playing or not. But I'm telling you, the backup, I wouldn't stay with him. I wouldn't stay with him for very long. Papa's going with Chicago. Black, who you got?
I'm choosing Chicago based on the fact that Fields may not play, bro. I'll be honest with you. I'm taking Chicago because I don't think they're gonna allow him to play, man. Not that I'm rumors of the quarterback, but they score points with this cat, bro. They score points. So I'm taking Chicago.
All right. Next game on tap is Indianapolis at New England. New England dropped a home game last week. All right, so you got.
Yeah, you just never know what's going on. If it was in Foxborough, yeah, I'm going with Indianapolis, man. I'm going with Indianapolis. It's over in Germany. We'll see what happens there. That Minshew still trying to get it together. They don't look great, but I think they're gonna do enough. So, coach.
All right, I'm going with the Colts also, and Papa's going with Indianapolis. Black, who you got?
Perfect example. Why are you bringing New England to Germany? It makes no sense at all,
I
man.
think they're living in the glory days of the old Patriots, and people
Yeah,
remember that. Yeah.
I don't see it, man. They deserve a better outcome, a better game scheduled than that. But I'll take the Colts with this one.
All right, Indianapolis across the board. Next game on tap is Houston. Played a heck of a game. Stroud is the truth, but they're going to the nasty natty Cincinnati. Ice, who you got?
I wish I had to maybe look at my Sunday, see what it's like. I might have to drop down into the nasty nighty, watch my man get it in. Shroud in person. That'd be a great game to watch. But they simply are just not at the place right now to kind of handle the Bengals. The Bengals are, I think Stroud's going to do everything he can to get it together, but the Bengals kind of catching fire a little bit. This is a good week for the knee or the shin of Burrow. Then this is just trouble, and it's going to be trouble for them. So I'm going with the Bengals.
All right. Cincinnati wants to get back to the playoffs and the Super Bowl. They are playing like it. Like, listen, we are only 2 years removed. We want in. So I'm going with Cincinnati. Papa's going with Cincinnati. Black, what you got?
Yeah, that team is basically punching people in the mouth, man. And they're not even checking for blood; they're just punching. Cincinnati.
All right. Cincinnati across the board. Next game on tap is New Orleans at Minnesota. Had I known Dobbs was going to play, I would have picked Minnesota last week. This guy didn't even practice with the team and came in and helped them win. Ice, who you got?
Man, it's a tough game, bro, because it's in Minnesota. Dobbs is like just been amazing. Come off that too. New Orleans is playing well. Oh, New Orleans.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just from the standpoint of Dobbs looks good. They came back and won the game, but New Orleans still has some playmakers. They still do. And now that you got tape on Dobbs, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if he can do that back to back. I might be wrong. We got a lot of players over there. I don't know. I'm probably picking the wrong one because Minnesota's pumped up right now.
Yeah.
Can I change my pick? No, I'm just playing. Anyway, New Orleans.
I always liked Dobbs. I never understood why Pittsburgh got rid of him. They had him in on their team a while ago, and the way that he got Minnesota pumped up, just coming in and doing what he could. I got to go with Minnesota at home on this. I don't trust New Orleans and Carr, and I trust the Minnesota defense to do what they need to do to stop New Orleans. Papa's going with Minnesota also. Black, who you got?
Yeah, I think the coach from Minnesota is unrated. I think he's a hell of a coach, man. I watched him last year. What he's doing with that team this year, losing some of his soldiers, is remarkable, man. The way he was in Dobbs' ear in the helmet, basically saying, this is this is that. Hell of a coach, man. So, like you, I don't trust New Orleans, especially if they got to travel. They got talent, but they don't put together all the time. I'm going to take the Vikes for this one.
All right. Ice is the only one taking New Orleans.
Yes, sir.
Next game on tap is Green Bay at Pittsburgh. Ice, who you got?
Man, ugly game. I'm trying to figure out what Pittsburgh is going to do. They need an offensive coordinator still. Green Bay, though, Jordan Love is a little bit too green for me, just too young, and they struggle at times. And Pittsburgh at home, and particularly with the TV situation, hard to beat them at home, bro. That's all I'm going to say. Hard to beat them at home when they're on TV. So, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the more I look at Pittsburgh's defense, they hold teams when they need to hold them, and until that offense comes around, The quarterback was able to play with some sore ribs. I was glad that Trubisky didn't get on the field. So I got to go with Pittsburgh, the home team. Papa's going with the home team. Black, who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Steelers with this one. I don't think they're finding ways to win games lacklusterly. Their receivers basically saying he wants the ball more. Quarterback can't get it to him. They can't call plays for him. I just don't trust Green Bay to travel at this point. I mean, they did what they did last week at home against the Rams. The Rams is nowhere to kind of beat your chest over. I think they're going to get shellacked this weekend when they go to Pittsburgh. I'll take the Steelers.
All right, Pittsburgh across the board. Next game on tap is Tennessee at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay lost one that they should have had, but they couldn't really kind of control your boy CJ at the end of the game, and he just came in there, game-winning touchdown, fourth quarter, and you could just see it on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' face that they were just outdone that day. Ice, who you got?
Yeah, I know Shaker Mayfield is trying to do his thing, but Tampa Bay struggled for the last 4 weeks. They lost 4 straight. Defense has been struggling too, and Levis is starting to feel a little good about himself. And you get a quarterback that can move the ball around, the defense gets excited, and all you need is Derrick Henry just kind of show up and give you a little bit. That's going to be enough. So I'm going to go with Tennessee.
All right. I saw the rookie quarterback come in last week. I picked Pittsburgh on that Thursday night game, and I was scared, Norton. I was scared at the end of the game. I'm like, oh, this guy's going to come in and beat Pittsburgh. But they had 2 shots and getting an interception, got it the second time. And I was looking at the record for these teams that Tennessee is 10-2 against Tampa Bay in the last 12 games. So I'm going with Tennessee. Papa's going with Tennessee. Black, who you got? See, I gave you information, Black. I ain't hold back no information.
Yeah, you ain't had to hold that one back. I saw it in my eyes. I was trying to tell you about these quarterbacks, man. The word is out now that he's gonna be the quarterback the rest of the year. They're not even looking back at Tannehill. They're not even thinking about Tannehill. They want to start looking for the job. I don't think there's gonna be any options for him. But I'm gonna go with, just because of Will Levis, man. I'm going with Tennessee, man. I think that he has that offense exciting. The defense can't match it. But I say this about Tampa Bay, man. It's sad that that team right now was turned over to the head coach that's there now. He has no clue, bro.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be fired at the end of the year. No clue, man.
Yeah,
I mean, you giving a gift like that, man. I know Tom Brady left. You got to prove you're worth your medal and do something, man. You haven't done nothing with that franchise. Nothing. Take the talent that you have, get it on the field, and do something, bro.
And Bowles is known for defense, and how they just kind of just went down the field. I'm like, this can't be this can't be a defensive coach.
The way they went down you got a rookie quarterback, no timeouts, 49 seconds left. Come down scoring you.
It was about 75 yards.
Come on, man.
Come on. Tennessee across the board. Next game on tap is San Francisco. Had a bye week last week against Jacksonville. Ice, who you got?
Yeah, a lot of people looking at that bye, see what's going on. Jacksonville stepped up last week, and I want to thank them for that, coming back and doing what they had to do. But I think coming out the bye week is going to be good for San Francisco. So I'm going to choose them. Get Mr. Young in there on that defensive end role. I think they'll try to get back on track. Trevor Lawrence is going to do his thing, but I think that the physicality of San Francisco is going to show you that they're back on that. They got beat up by Cleveland, but I think they're going to get a little bit more physical with Jacksonville, see if they're ready as well. So I'm going to go with San Francisco.
Yeah, I totally agree with everything you said. San Francisco kind of recoup, come on back, and finish out the second part of the season. Pop is going with San Francisco. Black, who you got?
Yeah, I mean, I like Jacksonville. I think they're coming, but I can't go against them with San Francisco, man. I agree with all you gentlemen just basically spoke. Realistically, I think the week offense did us some good. Chase is going to basically try to prove this week alone he's worth a draft pick. He already said Washington has no clue what they're doing. I agree with that. So I can't believe they gave up him and Sweat. What the hell are you doing? I don't understand that. So, no, San Francisco.
All right. Next game on tap. This should be a really good game. Cleveland at Baltimore. Ice, I was looking at the statistics, and these teams seem to trade wins and losses. Like one team will win earlier in the season, the next time the other team wins. Baltimore beat Cleveland earlier this season. Who you got?
So that means I should choose Cleveland, right?
I didn't say. You all are accusing me of holding back information, so I'm giving it up.
I appreciate that. John Watson finally last week that long pass he threw early in the game. He finally looked like his shoulder or whatever it is, or massage theory principles allegedly, whatever, getting his mind back together. He looked like a quarterback last week, and Cleveland defense can rise up anytime. So flipping it, but can't go against Marmar, man. I know Marmar. I said you're gonna win the Super Bowl, but that dude is bad, and he just finds ways. And at Cleveland, I mean, in Baltimore too, their defense has been able to step up a little bit. So unless Cleveland fools me, your stats are right. I got to go again with Marmar and the Ravens.
Okay. Here are some things I want to say to Cleveland. Ball control. Run the ball. Keep the ball out of Marmar's hand. And defense. Get after Marmar and cover the tight end because Marmar likes to go to the tight end. So don't let the tight end get open. I'm going to go with Cleveland on this one. I'm going to go with the away team. Pop is going with Baltimore. Black, who you got?
Wow, man. I see Baltimore all the way, man. That defense is playing better. I don't think they've been tested yet, and I don't think Cleveland can test them either on offense. But I do believe it's going to be a close game, and I believe the Ravens could basically run and kind of get what they want a little bit with Cleveland's defense. And it's sad that Cleveland's quarterback is not handling his business because that defense is real, bro. That Cleveland defense is real. But I think Baltimore, man, is kind of sharpening his tool. And if this game being home, I think they're going to take it. I'll take the Ravens.
All right. Next game on tap is Atlanta at Arizona. They say little man might be back. They're not trying to really put it out there, Ice, but little fellow might be back there. That's why they got rid of Dobbs. Who you got?
That's a bad trade getting rid of Dobbs. I don't give a damn. Even if he's just a backup, you just keep that dude around because he's valuable. So I don't know what that situation is. He needed to have a job. That should have been my last second shot. But on the road, little dude, he's playing well. I mean, if he gets out there, he can win the game by himself. But nah, man, I'm gonna go with my youngsters. I'm roll with Atlanta. I'm gonna go with my youngsters because they have shown a little resiliency. They can do a little something, and you get that tight end hot. Defense is playing hard, and I don't know, little dude's gonna try to do it by himself. Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Atlanta too because they don't know what they don't know. They're just out there playing football, and when you and they're not really kind of overwhelmed by being in the NFL, all that stuff. They're young guys that want to go out there and get it, and I think they're being coached real well. In a couple of years, we're going to be talking about Atlanta, the playoffs, and doing some big things. So I'm going with Atlanta. Pop is going with Atlanta also. Black?
Yeah, I think so. I think Atlanta this game is prime for them for the most part. They settled on their quarterback, which I think they should have done earlier in the year. Them at home is going to help them out a lot too. And you're right. These some young cats. They're hungry. They're vibrant. They're ready to go in there and smash it up. So yeah, I don't see the Cardinals much. I don't care if the little man plays or something, whatever. Cardinals are playing for next year, bro, realistically. And I think their players know it. So I'm going to take Atlanta Falcons in this one.
Kyler Murray, I got love for you. Duck, man. Don't take no hits. Don't take no hits the first game you get back. Next game on tap is Detroit at the Los Angeles Chargers. Detroit coming off a bye week. Ice, who you got?
What did Eddie say? I know you talked to him.
I didn't talk to him today. But yeah.
Eddie, call me, bro. Call me. Call me. I need your insight. Call me, bro. Anyway, but we know what the Chargers are capable of when their quarterback shows up. Detroit's coming off a bye. You wonder about whether or not they're going to travel well. Up and down, anything can happen. But I'm back, bro. I'm back on the train. Let's go, Detroit. Detroit for the win on the road. I think they're going to get after the quarterback, and I think somewhere or another, late in the game, the coach is going to do something crazy, and he's going to make a bad call. You guys talked earlier about a new home for somebody. I would not be surprised if Harbaugh ends up with the LA Chargers.
Yeah, I that's the other team I thought about too, because there are going to be some openings this year. And yeah,
LA Chargers.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this in dedication to our classmate Gary Bean, who is a big time Detroit Lion fan. So I got to go with the Lions on this one. I trusted the Chargers to beat Chicago, but I don't know if I trust them beating the Detroit Lions at this particular point. Papa's going with Detroit. Black, who you got?
Yeah, Chargers are a mess, man. You know, they won the last week against the Jets. They still are a mess. I didn't watch that game, man. I didn't have to. But yeah, the Lions have traveled well. They'll get this done. I'm thinking about, I hear what I said about Harbaugh. I'm not saying he won't get the job, but I can't imagine with that quarterback. I think it's stunt that quarterback's growth. I think they need to go with a younger coach. So he's a retread. He really is, man. Find yourself a younger head coach, a young assistant head coach somewhere, bring him in, let him grow with that quarterback. Man. That would be my choice for him. But I'm taking the Chargers. I'm sorry, I'm taking the Lions for this game.
Yeah, because Chargers beat the Bears. They beat the Jets. They're beating teams that are under 500. So,
Mm-hmm.
Detroit is leading their division. I know they want to keep that intact. Next game on tap is New York Giants at the Dallas. I hate these games during this time. The Dallas Cowboys, they're playing at home against. It used to be Giant Stadium in the AT&T Stadium. But Ice, who you got?
This is a rebound, feel good, get back game. Should be for Dallas. We know how that could be at times, but yeah, they're gonna lick their wounds and they're gonna try to win this game in major fashion and score a lot of points. At least the defense will score a lot of points, and they're gonna feel good and they're gonna tell you we back, we right where we want to be. No, last week was your time. You missed it. I'm still gonna have to choose Dallas.
All right. Black, this reminds me of the time when we used to sometimes skip church watching the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants and just hoping that the Giants would just have one of those games. And by the second quarter, you knew we were going to go outside and just go play until the second game.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about this game. I hate it, but I got to go with the Cowboys. Pop is going with the boys. What you got, man?
Yeah, this game here, NFL might be tuning away from it by the halftime. Man. They might be tuning to another game because the Cowboys are going to try to score probably 70, 80 points on the Giants, man. And I don't blame them. This is a division game. The Giants are down. Do what you got to do, man. I'm happy to see the Giants where they are. Hey, send them back home miserable. Yeah, send them back. So yeah, I'm taking the Cowboys. This is not going to be pretty, bro. This is not going to be pretty.
This reminds me of the days of Joe Pizarchek. I know I'm pulling away, but I feel it. They got a quarterback now. I never heard of him. He's starting this. Oh, this is going to be bad. Next game on tap is Washington at Seattle. Washington had a great game last week, and they went into New England and came out with the win. Seattle, I don't know. Your boy playing quarterback, he's looking shaky. Ice, who you got?
Yeah, Washington surprised the hell out of me. I didn't think they were going to get done, but they're going to see the 12th man in Seattle. And Seattle doesn't play well. They look horrible really on the road recently, but they're home. So that's enough for me. I just think that they will do just enough, and Gino will be okay and they'll get it done. So I'm going to go with Seattle and the 12th man at home.
All right. Hey, Washington, you did it for me last week. I'm going to roll the dice one more time. I don't care about the 12th man. Punch him in the mouth. Let's go. Let's go, Bieniemy. Let's score some points. Because Gino, I just don't believe in Gino. I'm going with Seattle. Black, who you got?
Yeah, I'm sorry for Gino, man. She might be out of a job in the year, bro. That offense is too good for you to be playing that bad, man. Realistically, it's just, some cats just don't have it. And Gino, you basically proved that to be true. You just don't have it. But I don't trust Washington travel up to Seattle and do that, man. Let's keep in mind who they beat last week. That's the whole point. I mean, they look good. They came back in battle, but let's keep in mind who they beat. So I'm not sure they could do that 2 weeks in a row. And that's the problem with the Washington Commanders. Sometimes they look like, we're ready. Then the next week they show up and it's like, So I'm gonna take Seattle with this one.
All right. Next game on tap is the New York Jets at the Las Vegas Raiders. And Coach Pierce, sign me up, bro. Give me some uniform. Give me a helmet. I'm ready to go in, bro. Who you got, Ice?
I was calling for my Jets for a long time, but I got to get off of them because I think the Raiders are playing with momentum. Coach Pierce is showing them what's going on. You got Devontae Adams talking about, look, we're gonna be all right now since we got rid of that dude, and so yeah, they're playing with momentum. They are at home. I think there's going to be enough. They're going to get after the quarterback, and it's going to be one of those games. So Raiders.
All right. I'm going with the Las Vegas Raiders. Also, I believe, Coach Pierce, you got a believer, and you reminded me of the Raiders of old, and playing with attitude, playing with some pride, and trying to make the team, telling the players you can make this team whatever you want to make, but come in with some attitude, hit people in the mouth. Let's play some Raider football. When last week he was talking about I'm from Compton and all this other stuff, I'm like, here we go. But like I said in our sports show, Raiders, pay attention. You're getting a good interim coach. Pay attention. Pay attention. Papa's going with Las Vegas also. Black, who you got?
Yeah, easy call here, man. I'm gonna take the Jets, man. I'm surprised Ice didn't take him. He's riding off and on throughout the year. But
I tried to tell you a couple of weeks ago.
yeah,
How to die with the Jets? Come on.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take the Raiders, man. Easy call.
What do y'all think about? I know we didn't talk about any of the shows, but the brouhaha about Aaron Rodgers coming back towards the end of the season or a couple of weeks. I mean, everybody's been on it, and I'm like, no, Aaron Rodgers on that stuff. He ain't coming back in 2 weeks. All right.
He's trying to stay relevant.
Yep, trying to stay. He is. He just loves the attention. He just
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nobody's talking about him, and he has to jump in and do something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next game and the last game is Denver at Buffalo. This is a Monday night game. Ooh, Ice, who you got?
Yeah, if Denver could just show a little offensive push, I might even think about it being closer. But, Buffalo, every time they come off a bad loss, like they did against Cincinnati, right? They find ways to get fired up. Mr. Allen's going to look like a Heisman Trophy winner in this next game. It's like, wow. So I don't know. But it's enough where Buffalo should win this game easy. I think they will. They should dominate this game.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
There are two teams that I've watched, so the whole season, that need to run the ball more: the Dallas Cowboys and the Buffalo Bills. Keep your quarterback out of trouble, and because every time, if you notice, if you watch Dallas play, Dak Prescott will get pass happy and then start making mistakes. The same with Josh Allen; he'll get pass happy and then start making mistakes. Run the handball off, end around, do something, but don't have the quarterback trying to pass for 40, 50 times a game, and then you wind up losing. So I'm going with Buffalo. Papa's going with Buffalo. Black, who you got?
Oh, yeah, Buffalo easy, man. I agree with you about running, but Buffalo doesn't have a running game other than a quarterback. But I do agree with you. I'll take the Bills.
All right. Those are our picks. Go to Facebook. Thank you for those who have been watching. We're noticing the numbers increasing on the different shows. And give us some comments. Give us some likes. Let us know you're out there. We'll see you next week for NFL Picks with the Goon Squad, Week 11. Season's going by fast.
Get your popcorn ready, baby.